Hello, and welcome to the new place where there are just blank walls for the moment. Oh, and where I'm also getting text messages. How unprofessional. You'll have to excuse me. Hello? Hello? Oh, hi. Hold on, let me scoot some things over a little bit. Vlogger walls. I just try to have a nice neutral background so the focus is on me. Davies mate, thank you for the $1.99. Hey Eric, hello. Okay. Am I a red or white kind of pasta sauce girl? Why should I choose? I mean, like, they're good for different scenarios. Oh, I didn't know it would do that. That's cool. Let me turn that down a little bit, though. That alert's a little bit loud. Okay. Just need a fake potted plant in the back. Oh, we'll get there. Give it time. We're still getting settled in. Rather see the backsplash. I haven't put the backsplash in the new place yet. I'm so sorry. But I do have it. I just got it. I haven't put it in because there's been a billion other things to do. Where's the orange? That's a great question. So I realized. Also, is my volume okay? Is everything good? What's my favorite color? My favorite color is gray. So I realized when I was like setting up, I like had to take everything and put it in the new closet, obviously, because I moved. For those of you who don't know, that's why this is different. I moved. Volume's good. Okay, cool. And when I moved, I decided I hate laundry. It is a known fact that I hate doing laundry so much. So I was like, it's gonna be okay. I'm going to, Davies mate, thank you. Lipstick in my Valentino white bag. Wah, wah, wah. So the wall's actually gray. This is white. That's great. Can't you tell? What was I saying? So I hate doing laundry, but I decided, you know what? I'm going to be bizarre and do something that I don't want to do, but maybe it'll make me hate laundry less, is if I just like throw myself completely into the laundry. So instead I decided I'm gonna wash literally every piece of clothing that I own and then put it up in the new closet. Just a fresh start. So I did that and I washed everything and I dried everything. I put all up and then I was like, you know what, as long as I'm being a psycho, as long as I'm being crazy, I'm going to be that person who organizes their entire closet from into all of the different kinds of clothes, like t-shirts, long sleeve t-shirts, so on and so forth, sweatshirts, jackets. I was like, I'm gonna put them all into their sections, and then I'm also gonna do them in color order because like I really want to look like, you know, the neurotic mess that I am. All of that to say, in doing all of that, I realized I don't own a single piece of orange clothing anymore. And in general, all I have are things that are white, gray, black, navy blue, and occasionally light blue, and pink. So that's all you need. Rat Jams, thank you for the donation. Can't stay, but I'm glad you're settling in well. Hope you have a wonderful day. Well, thank you. I hope you have a great day as well. There's a bug in my house. Get out. It's not like the average closet. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I got a color palette. Well. Well, parfait and cake, thank you. New background. Hope everything's going well. Hope everything's well with the moving. It is going good. It is slow going to get everything set up. I am moved into the new house. I have like a lot of it set up. I mean, everything is here in the house, and I'm kind of just like going like, I would like to say I'm going room to room and finishing it and then going on to the next. That is not the case. But you know, I'm doing parts of every room and then getting bored of going on to the next one. Snom, thank you for the dono. Been a while since I could pop into a stream and I can't stay long. Exam session. Bleh. I'm sorry. Hope the move has gone well. Missed the Bionicle wall though. The Bionicle wall will live again. I love my bonkles. it's just going to be in a different room, a room that I will still, sometimes stream from when it's the time, like now I got some more room in this house. I have some more options. So like now if we want to like, go up there to that upstairs room and like have the Bionicle wall behind us and we build some Legos or something, that's available to us. That's an option. And that's great. What color is the background? It being blue or gray? It's gray. It is gray, yes. Lag? Oh no. I hope no. Give us the bonkles. I don't have them right now. I'm on the upstairs. The upstairs. Anyway, that intro was all over the place. Hello. It's me. I'm wearing an old classic merch. I gotta wear something, but I was like, I bought some new stuff and it hasn't come in yet. I bought like samples of my new stuff and it's not here yet. So I was like, you know what? We're just gonna go for redacted because it's a return to form. We're gonna go back to our roots. What we got? Eric, I have a question regarding empathy demons. Can they fall? And if so, what do they become? Oh, not MXT. Thank you for the donut. Biggest question: milk, white, or dark chocolate? Yes, I want all of them for me together. No, I mean like dark chocolate is my least favorite, but I do like it. And then a lot of people hate on white chocolate. I don't know why. I like white chocolate a lot, and milk chocolate's great. I just like chocolate. It's a good vibe. It's chocolate. Jordan Knight, thank you for the donut. How come Blake's new video design looks so much like a swastika? Seems a little odd. On Blake's? On the Elliot, yeah, I know what you mean, it being turned to the side. I didn't really see that until on the Elliot one, when then I had it just like isolated on its own, and then I realized that was not great. So that's why that thumbnail was corrected. But yeah, that's not the intention at all. It's just the way that the maze looks. So yeah, that was bad on my part. So that's why I corrected that one thumbnail. So yeah. You're gonna go see Jinx Monsoon tomorrow? Hell yeah. Are you excited to see her on All Winners? Can we get a video on Ollie? Yeah, at some point. I mean, he's in rotation, of course. I'm trying to be better about, not making so many, well, not having so long go between all the characters, because I kind of realized, like, someone had commented on, I think it was the Cam video, that it had been 9 months since he had one. And like that was certainly not my intention to make it go that long. So I'm trying to not let characters go that long without an update. Trying to keep the rotation better. I mean, like, I'm sure I will fail at that, but we'll see. We'll see. Who's due next for the 100K club? That is a good question. I can't remember. Let's look. Let us see. Who's next? You decide. Epic rap battles history. Okay, here we go. So the most recent one to pass 100K was Sam's moonlit meeting with a vampire. Of course, he's already been in the 100K club. Oh, that's right. The next person in line to break 100K is Pizza Guy. Which is unexpected, but that's always fun. Let's see. There was something that someone had asked about how does an empathy demon fall? What does that look like? So I mean that's what Invisiboy is. That's what Regulus is. He was an empathy demon that got to. Sorry. Checking something. Okay. He was an empathy demon that got to basically like obsessed with his charge, um, as empathy demons are want to do, and it basically ended up with him like spiraling, and so that's kind of why he is the way that he is that that's why he's like so invested in them and like trying to make them happy. I'm kind of hot. Hold on one second. Can you scoot this farther away so it won't be so loud? The only thing wrong with let me turn that down because that's probably loud enough that you can hear. How's that? Is that too bad? If it's too bad, we can figure it out. But it's a little hot. That's the only thing that sucks is that like the office is. Oh hey Lenny. This new office is not as it doesn't stay cool as well as the old one did. So that gets to be a bit much. Oh, Adriana Rivera, thank you. Oh, and I see you, Moo.net. Sorry, I missed that one. Regulus has killed us all. Well, I hope he liked it. And Moo.net, okay, but how's LaShawn, though? I think LaShawn's doing pretty good. I think LaShawn's doing all right. Still part of the business, still part of the pack. Do I have a favorite video game? Yes, my favorite video game of all time is Prey. It's a really good game. I also love Dead Space, but yeah, Prey is my favorite. Although my favorite game series, I mean, I'd have to say Halo, just because, you know, basic. but yeah, I love Halo. But individual game, it's Prey. Lovely Deviant Alyssa, thank you for the $5. Happy housewarming stream. Glad to hear that things are good with the new place. Love the merch selection today. Such a cool design. Thank you. This was the first merch design I ever made, I think. Or definitely, I mean, it was for sure in the first batch. I think it was the first one I ever did. In some way, you're obsessed with alien type games, boss. Yeah, I want something, you know, something like takes you somewhere else. Leah, thank you. Hey Eric, hope the move has been going well. It has. I was just curious, which character of yours have you enjoyed voicing the most? I mean, it's hard to say one of them that I've enjoyed the most. I really have a lot, like most recently I've had a lot of fun, which is funny because it hasn't actually been that recent, but like most recently I've really enjoyed doing Milo. Milo is always a fun one. Just I like his doing the voice is fun just in and of itself. And then his attitude. You gotta like a feisty little guy, you know? Lenny, thank you. I'm on to say howdy and demand my cheese it emote. You can have your cheese it emote. You have the power. You have the power to put that on the server. What did you think of the live-action Halo series? Was it so bad it was kind of enjoyable, or was it just straight up bad? This is a precarious question, Chloe. So I mean, like, it's not done yet, so we're still watching it, but it's I will watch the whole thing. I'll put it that way. Me and my friends are watching it, just because like we have to know what they do with it, but. It's going. It's going. Davy's mate, thank you. Are you Lasky? Okay, but are you Lasky? Where's Gavin? How's Gavin? Gavin is he's around. He's just chilling. He'll be back soon. Am I going to do any more videos with Vincent? Yes, definitely. Although it will be a little bit. Parfait cake, thank you. I still can't get over how you did the April Fool's video. Yeah, that one. So I've actually been planning, and I was gonna do that last April Fool's, and I ended up not doing it only because like it was starting to get to be a time crunch, and uh, I was Mischievous Fox, thank you for the donation. Oh, hold on. Hi, Eric. My first time donating. So first of all, I want to thank you for the amazing content you create. Well, thank you for watching it. I really enjoy all your videos and the lore. It's so fascinating. It's 1 a.m. here, so unfortunately I can't stay and watch the stream. Have a good one. Oh yeah, definitely go to sleep. But thank you for coming. Thank you for the donation. It's very sweet of you, and I'm glad you like the content. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So I did that video. Sorry, I had planned on doing that video last year, and then it started to be like I was going back and forth between like, should I do like the Necco thing or should I do the Max's Rustic Pizza? And I bought like the props for Max's Rustic Pizza, and I still hadn't decided which one I was gonna do. And then it ended up turning into crunch time. Like literally, like stuff was going on. It turned into like the day before, and I was like, all right, I know I can like put together the Max's Rustic Pizza thing, like, but I was like, I need more time to make a whole script. So, so it ended up being that it was like, yeah, no, I'll push that to next year, and then next year was this year. So, Leo, thank you for the $5. I just want to say thank you for sharing your creations with the public and creating the Discord server. Stay safe and take care. Well, thank you. Thank you for partaking in the content. Oh shit, RB Jones, thank you. You didn't have to do that. I have to head back to work, but I hope you're doing well. I am. Thank you so much. I hope you're doing well as well. Mimble, thank you for the $5. The real question, where's Calum? How's Calum? More importantly, why is Calum? Calum is currently in Aria with Delphinus, just chilling and trying to recover. Will there be more gaming with Milo? Yes, there will. In the future. Mint, thank you. Hi. In light of Regulus's new video, does his listener have an official name? No, they do not. They do not have an official official nickname, pet name, whatever you want to call it. They don't have one yet. They might get one. I don't know. We'll see. But they don't have one yet. No. Which I know then people always get annoyed because then they're like, what are we supposed to call them? I'm like, Regulus's listener. Hot piss. Is there an origin to Regulus's name or how you came up with it? So, interesting fact. Regulus's name, I came up with his name. So when I very first made that video, I didn't know what I wanted him to be. I didn't know if I wanted him to be a demon. I really just made it as a one-off for oh, are you heading out, Lenny? Bye. I just made that video originally as a one-off for Halloween. It was just an idea that I had for like a spooky video, to the point where, you know, that was part of why the character doesn't have a name. That original script isn't called like I title all the scripts like on my actual, like the file itself. I title the script, you know, like David 18, David 19, you know, like Vincent 14, whatever, you know, like whatever the number is. Pizza Guy 1, you know, like I name them whatever. But that one, that one was literally called Alone, because that one, the whole premise of it was that it was supposed to be like, just like that idea of, you know, like twisting that concept of like, oh, you know, like someone being sad because like, I don't want to be alone anymore. And then it's like, you know, what if that went horribly wrong of like, oh, don't worry, you'll never be alone again, you know? Like, so that one, the script was originally just called Alone, and it was never supposed to have a sequel or anything, and I didn't even know if it was a demon. I hadn't even thought that far ahead. It was just irrelevant to me. I was just like, we're good. And then I ended up deciding I wanted to make a sequel, so I did, and so then I had to have some kind of a name for him. And so then like Invisiboy just became the thing because I still hadn't figured out what I wanted it to, how I still hadn't figured out I wanted him to be a demon when I made his like second video. And then finally when I decided like, yeah, I do like that and I can make that work, I was like, because I had been going back and forth on it. When I say like I hadn't decided that he was a demon, I that was an option. There were other options. I was trying to like figure out which one, and so I ended up deciding like, yes, I'm gonna go with the demon option. And so then I was like, well, he needs a demon name. So his original demon name was actually going to be Volantis. But I decided the day of, when I was like, okay, I wrote the script and I was like, I wrote the Camilo Pardalis script actually. And it was like, okay, here's going to be the one where, it's going to be his name reveal. So, up until the drive there, it was Volantis. That was what it was gonna be. And then as I was driving there, I was like, I like the name Volantis, but I was like, I already have so many V names among other things. And I was like, I don't know. I like it, but I don't know that I want it for him. So then on the drive there, I was like, I had been looking at, other astral constellation star names and everything, and like one of the ones that I had considered was Regulus. And so then on the drive there, I finally actually decided like the drive to my old place where I ended up having to record it at that time, because that was when I was still mid-move, I was like, I'm going to do Regulus. So even though on the script it said Volantis, I then read it as Regulus and went with that, and then adjusted the script afterward. But yeah, so that's where the name came from. Friendly Felony, thank you for $4.99. Thanks for everything you do. Listening to Lasco's vids is helping me get through grading papers. LOL, that's awesome. And Mimble, thank you. Actually, speaking of names, I was wondering, how would David refer to Darlin to a third party? I feel like that might be a sort of awkward thing. Yeah, I haven't run into that, luckily, really. I've sort of had to, like, with the Hot Boy Winter stuff, I had to kind of figure out how to do that and, like, talk around it. And so usually I can weasel it together. At least in that case, I was able to make it work by, like, I was talking about Sam, and then when I then, like, flipped it to talking about, like, they in the context of, like, clearly talking about, like, his partners, like, then it was able to just go into, like, just, the pronoun to identify them rather than having to, like, actually have, like, a nickname for them or something. But yeah, that's it could get awkward, but I don't know how often David would be talking about them, so it works out okay. But yeah, it's having to talk about a romanceable listener from a non-romantic perspective gets interesting. Atlas, thank you. Hope everyone's well. Yeah, I hope everybody's doing good. My pack member, yeah, that's another way of doing it. Are we gonna meet Quinn? Perhaps at some point. Mimble, thank you. I kind of like Regulus though. It's hilarious that his name sounds like regulation, but dude can't regulate his feelings. Yeah. Yeah, I ended up thinking Regulus was just a better fit. I was happier with it. Sorry. I have okay. Netherworld Denny's, thank you. It's nap time, but congrats on the new space. Hope you don't overheat. It's okay now that I got the fam. We're good. I should have like turned the air down more before I started, but I wasn't really thinking about it. But thank you. I hope you have a lovely nap. Is Lasco still Lasky? If he's Lasky in your heart, then he can be Lasky. Do you know if illusory magic would show up on camera? I hadn't thought about it. I think it would depend. I think in general it would. Otherwise that would seem like a really like easy way to beat that. Because then it'd just be like, okay, well I'll just have my like phone up and I'll be watching. Davies mate, thank you. Have you ever thought about doing redacted blankets? I hadn't really thought about it. Someone had messaged me on Patreon about it, which I had read, but I hadn't gotten around to replying. If that's something you guys are interested in, I can add that to the merch options. When I first set up a lot of these, like Teespring wasn't really doing blankets yet, I don't think. So it wasn't really an option. But I can go back and add them if that's something that people are interested in. All right, Eric, the real question is, scrambled eggs or hard-boiled? We must know. Scrambled. Hard-boiled is disgusting. To me, I don't like it. I think hard-boiled eggs, they don't taste good to me. So I would prefer scrambled. Your cat says hi. Hello to the cat. Is there no Eli merch? I couldn't find any. I had forgotten to... So like, and Sin has yelled at me before as well. I had forgotten to make his, and then I keep forgetting to make his. I will try to make it. Davies Bay, thank you. Small request for a David blanket. I can go ahead and add blanket options since it seems like there is a desire for it. What am I drinking? In this cup, in this hot piss cup, we got water. This is a blue raspberry sparkling ice. Who's my favorite character to voice? One of my favorites to voice is definitely Milo, for sure. Would I ever consider making beanies for merch? Yeah, for sure. If my thing is like, to be honest, like I like doing everything through Teespring because like, I mean, they're certainly not perfect, but in general, they make stuff really easy from like a creator standpoint, and at least from like a customer service standpoint, I've only really heard good things, which is good. So I like doing everything just through them to keep it all in one place and keep it simple. So I tend to just do whatever options they have available. And at least when I was first doing merch and stuff, beanies weren't. They might be now. I can take a look. But at the time, they weren't an option. So, Rhea the Law, thank you so much. Hey, Eric, so good to see you. Love your videos. Been listening for a long time, and I'm always eager for the next. Wants to ask, would you ever do a bubble bath vid, maybe with Asher or Gavin? Yeah, I could do that. I hadn't really. I've never been a bath person. So here's something. Here's some interesting. It's not actually interesting. So I've always hated baths. I thought baths were like stupid. Because I was like, why do you want to just like swim in your own filth? And also like, I'm not a particularly like big guy. I'm not all that tall. I mean, like, so like it's not. I'm 5'11", but like that's nothing like special. But even with that, even only being that tall, I like normal bathtubs, like the kind like standard fare like shower bath combo, like is too small. Like I feel like I'm completely out of the water. And like, so I was like, who is this for? Who does this make happy? I don't understand this. I don't like this. So I was like, baths are fucking dumb. I saw the donuts 1 second. And I was like, this is stupid. Well, then in this new place, it has a shower and a bath separate, which I was like, okay, cool. I don't care about the bath. I'm just happy that there's a separate shower because like the shower's great. And then one day I had been like moving all kinds of shit and everything, and like, you know, moving stuff all over the place. It was just like, and my muscles were sore and I was tired, and I was like, you know what? Fine, fuck it. We're gonna try it. We're gonna get in the bath and we're gonna try it. And it's like an actual like decent sized bathtub, and I got in it and I was able to like be completely under the water and have room, and it was amazing. And I was like, oh, okay. So this is how the other half lives. This is how those of us who are shorter can get away with these sorts of things. Oh my god, you guys are blowing it up. Thank you. I gotta go back to reading it. But anyway, yes, maybe I will now that I think baths are less bad. But even still, you should shower like before you take a bath, because otherwise like you're dirty in the water. Caitlin Kugler, thank you. Hey Eric, this might be a dumb question, but could you please explain how close-knit and the inversion are tied together? I can't with either. Yeah, I kind of can't. More information on if there is or isn't and the levels in which those things are related will come over time. Drakena, thank you for the 199. Speaking of which, are enamel pins a possibility? I would love enamel pins. I think pins are fucking sick. But those you have to do like special. Like I said, like you can't do this through Teespring. But that I actually have looked into a little because I do think that would be really cool. So maybe I would love to do that at some point in the future. Davy's mate, thank you. David walking in on Angel in a Minecraft costume. Costume? There are Minecraft costumes? You dress up like a creeper? Lovely to Alyssa, thank you very much. When it comes to Regulus's audios, does that binaural sound styling affect the way you write, perform the script, and build out the overall story? Yes. So I write the script with his in particular, not so much because it's binaural, but just because it's like borderline stream of consciousness kind of thing. I write it. Oh, I guess I don't write it differently. Like it doesn't like look differently, you know. Like I still break it into like paragraph format and everything. But like I write it much more like stream of consciously. Like there's way more like your short, like brief sentences and everything. And I look at it in terms of like, I when I'm reading it, I break it into little like sections where I'm like, okay, this would be like 1 year, and then it would jump to the next. So even if it's like a full sentence, I'll think about it in terms of like, okay, I want the first half to be in the left ear, the first half to be in the right ear, and so I'll read it where like I purposely insert unnatural pauses between each line, so that way it's easier for me to identify them and flip them of like left, right, middle, you know, and all that and everything. So it yeah, so it affects the way that I perform it. Mimble, thank you for $5. The real question is hash browns or country fried potatoes? First of all, if it's a potato, I want it. Second of all, country fried potatoes are amazing. The way that I was raised, they were called hash browns, but apparently more people would call them country fried potatoes. But I like anything potatoes, pretty much. So like, the answer is just yes. Oh my gosh, you guys are donating so much stuff. Thank you so much. You don't have to do that. Davies made Minecraft Steve costume. Oh, okay. Okay. So, thank you for the 420. Oh, okay. And sorry, I'm just now seeing that there were a couple that I missed. That's my bad. I need to actually turn off the super chat donation sound because now it's making me miss normal donuts. So I'm really sorry. I'm gonna go back and read those because that is fully my bad. So let me start from the one that I had missed. I'm very sorry for that. The couple that I had missed actually. Jesse Love, thank you for the $3. Hi, quick question. Out of all the characters that get very badly hurt during the inversion, which one was the hardest? Damien getting attacked, Milo bringing down the ward, Asher getting hurt. Is pain something you have a hard time with? The hardest to act, or just the hardest to like have to have done to the character? The hardest one to act was Milo's because there was so much like, because it's like you hear like the impact and then you have like there's all like the coughing and stuff afterwards and everything. So his was like kind of the most drawn out, and he also had 2 of them actually. So that one was the hardest to excuse me. That one was like the hardest to perform in that sense. The hardest to have happen to the person was also probably Milo, just because like if you think about, I mean like his like he kind of had to face his like alone, which is really sad. Whereas like Asher, I mean like yeah, he immediately gets like saved with Sam and David and everything, and Damien gets like helped by Huxley, but Milo like hurts himself and then like is kind of, well, when he runs into the ward, then he's like by himself and like with the knowledge that a lot of the people that he cares about are trapped inside there and he can't reach them. So that one was like, that was very emotional to act out. Yes. Meta had tipped $1. I was away from my laptop for a while, so I don't know if someone has already asked this, but what is Regulus's listener called? I've been calling them Beautiful, but I wasn't sure. They don't have a name yet. So it's up to your interpretation. Sin, thank you for the dollar. So is Regulus what could have happened to Calum if he wasn't sent to freelancer, or that's what the chorus was trying to prevent, right? Anywho, thank you for all you do. Thank you for being around, and thank you for all you do. Regulus is an example of what can happen, yes, if an empathy demon loses their way, let's say. It becomes to when they're in that phase before they've really like found themselves and realized like that they are a person beyond, you know, their charges. So when they're like younger, they can kind of lose themselves in that like obsessive desire to like care for someone else, because like they just don't, they're just not that like fleshed out yet as a person. They're still pretty brand new. They're a lot like a kid, you know, like they haven't like figured out like themselves and the walls of themselves. So yeah, that is an example of something that could have happened to someone like Calum, or could have happened to Calum, and that was why, as a measure to attempt to keep that from happening, because he was starting to go down that path, they made an exception in the veiling so that the freelancer could see him. Jesse, thank you for the dollar. I think my donation got lost in the abyss on chat. I'll also ask again. Sorry for being a pain. Oh no, sorry. That was totally my bad. I'm sorry that you then had to join it again. That was fully my bad. I apologize. Elm, thank you for the 420. Stream 913,447 to me, asking for perhaps Morgan soon. He's on the docket. We'll get there. And Whistler, thank you for $15. Just a token of my appreciation. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for all you do. I'm glad to hear your movement relatively well. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you. You did not have to do that. I appreciate it. Yeah, move's going well. I hope you're doing well too. And then in Super Chat, because I can't miss this, Gally, thank you for the $10. One, thanks for not cutting the video on the podcast. The threat will be remembered. 2, what's a channel question no one's ever asked but you wish they would, either for story, background, or process? That's a good question. The only thing that I feel bad when people ask is like, a lot of people ask for like they'll ask questions that are like, the answer would be a spoiler, so then I can't answer. And then I feel bad because I feel like it comes off like, you know, anytime people ask lore questions or whatever, that it's like I just like basically blow them off, which is not my intent, because I love lore questions. That's a lot of fun for me. But I mean, like, among other things, it's a testament to you guys that like a lot of times you're very perceptive on what you're asking, and so a lot of times you're asking something that's like, it's gonna be, you know, it's gonna come up later. So I'm like, I can't tell you. But I do like talking about, I also really like talking about background stuff. Like, you know, I get asked a lot of, you know, like what's like my creative process and everything. And that's a good question, but it's so broad, that sometimes it can be hard to kind of give a good, concise answer on it. So I like I like times when I kind of get to like rant about the process in like a specific way. So like talking about Regulus's name, that like stuff like that, where it's something where it's like a little bit more specific. So I feel like I actually like have something I can tell you guys, because like that's always fun. But I appreciate any question. I just feel bad when it's ones where it feels like I can't really give you much, because that doesn't feel great. But okay, caught up on everything. But thank you guys so much for all of those donations. That was a lot, and that was amazing. And I'm sorry for those that I did miss. I'm gonna switch it so that way, like, because I can see super chats, but like it's hard to see the other ones. So I like it when I can just hear the non-super chat donations and just see the super chat ones. So I gotta switch that. Let me see if I can switch that actually. Also, thank you, Davies mate. Odie is here. Hello, Odipizwix. Can I use your elliptical real quick? Need to get a good workout in. I won't take up space. Listen, man, you can go for it. You can go upstairs. Be real quiet. Actually, no, you can't. This is the room directly below it, so no. Say French word. croissant. Je m'appelle Eric. Where's the alert box? Okay, there it is. Let me see if this'll play nice. Oftentimes it doesn't. It's not playing nice. Cool. Okay, so I think we're fucked on that. Okay, it's fine. Actually, let me see if I can get it up here. What if I do the small, tiny steppies? It gotta be very, very quiet steppies. Very shh. Very shh. Alert box. Okay, now will you be nice and let me turn the thing off? Where's the save button? Save. Okay, I think I got it. We'll see how that goes. Oh, that's a lot of French. Guys, I didn't take French in high school. I don't know many French. I took Spanish and I forgot most of that, unfortunately. C'est fromage, omelette du fromage. Don't mind the noise. That's Odie tiptoeing about upstairs. Kale, thank you for the $10. Would a telepath be able to vibe out if someone was thinking about them, even without reading their mind, kind of like how you can feel when someone behind you is looking your way? I don't know. I don't think there would be a magical precedent for that sort of thing. But maybe in the same way that, people feel like they can kind of feel when someone is behind them, maybe it would be something like that, just with a different sense. Why is he blurry? Focus! But yeah, I don't think that would be an inherent magical trait. But that's not to say it's not a possibility. Davies me, thank you. I really got to go study, so thanks for the stream. I hope you have a good time studying. Sorry. I hope you have a good time studying. Well, I don't know that it would be a good time. I hope it's a productive study session for you. Oh, Mingane, I'm so sorry to hear that, but I'm glad they were able to help. Yeah, I'm glad they were of some comfort to you. I'm sorry to hear that, though. How should the listener view Marcus? Is he the bad guy or is James the bad guy? ¿Por qué no los dos? It's open to interpretation. I like having stories where the moral lines are a bit gray, because I think that's a little more representative of what real life is like. I mean, like, real life would be a lot easier if, villains twirled their little mustaches and stuff, and they just did it because they wanted to be bad. But that doesn't, that's not really how life works. So they both have done bad things, and I think over the course of the story as it's gone so far, and over where it will go in the future, we'll get to see more of what they have done and will do, and that might make that decision of who's good and bad easier for you. But in general, I don't know that there's any truly purely good person in that story. So yeah. Oh my god, Odie. Steph, the blankness of your wall disturbs me, but I think that says more about me than you or your wall. Why does a blank wall disturb you? Should we unpack that? Do we have time for this? Do we have time to work through this? Oh, Vicky, I hope your recovery goes well. I hope it's going well for you. I'm sorry that you can't really sleep very much. That sucks. But I'm glad that this is helping a little bit, at least. HR Hayden, thank you. I did redacted ASMR lore for a PowerPoint party and ended up taking 26 slides, 2.5 hours, and all my friends were mad they were left on a cliffhanger. Oh my gosh. Well, that's a lot. There's a lot of lore out there. I don't blame your friends for being mad. No. Chloe, thank you. Now that chat's calmed down, some the new stream layout looks pretty, very sleek. 10 out of 10. Thank you. I appreciate that. I was like, I should kind of like redo it, you know, like new place, new place. Who dis? Let's change things up a little bit. You know, I did like the channel rebrand quite a while back now, back in October. Nope, September. So I was like, my streams have just sort of fallen into the, you know, they've just been the same old for a while, and I should mix it up and do like the brighter color scheme, because that's always fun. Some guy, it looks good. What kind of accent is Milo supposed to have? As a non-native English speaker, I hear him and my brain just goes, ah, yes, an accent. What kind of accent? No idea. If it's any consolation, I think that a lot of native English speakers would also go, what kind of accent? No idea. Because I can't even really tell you. It's just a weird, vague accumulation of East Coast accents that I've heard from watching like Law and Order, growing up watching Law and Order and stuff. So yeah, I couldn't really place it. I have been told by multiple people that they're like, that is a excellent, you know, like New York accent. That is a perfect Boston accent. That is an amazing New Jersey accent. And like, and I don't, yeah. So it's something unplaceable. And I'm like, I don't know that it's a perfect anything, because it's sort of all over the place. It's just sort of to the east, East Coast. His accent is from Lenny Briscoe. Lenny was amazing. Hell yeah. That accent's just a lot of fun, though. It's a lot of fun to say. It's just fun to say words in that accent. Like, it's fun to like the whole reason why his listener's pet name is Sweetheart is just because it's just a really fun word to say in that accent of sweetheart, you know, like that was just fun. I want that like noise. That's funny. Jesse Love, thank you. Hey Eric, I was considering doing an echo style video on my channel where the character speaks directly to the audience, but I won't if you feel like I'm stealing your idea. I promise I'm not trying to steal anything. I'm just curious on your thoughts. I'm not here to tell anybody what to, you know, put or not put on their channel. I mean, that's kind of you to, you know, sort of ask, but I certainly did not invent breaking the fourth wall by any means, or like speaking directly to the listener. So don't hold off on my account. If that's something you want to do, go for it. Can we have Sam say yeehaw so I can die in peace? In a video, I don't think Sam is ever going to say the words yeehaw. Ye, and most importantly, and I cannot stress this enough, ha. All walls were safe until the redacted attacked. What's your schedule like in terms of making a video? From scripting to uploading. I'm always impressed that you do all of this while working a whole other job. It gets dicey. It takes a lot of planning, and then it takes a lot of me not usually following that plan and having to scramble to make it all work. To sort of talk through the process though, what it's like sort of end to end. So I do try to plan nowadays. We'll just talk about nowadays what I do. So I try to plan out roughly a month ahead what videos I want. Not the content of the videos, just the characters. So I kind of like look at what characters I've had, think about what characters I want to have, you know, like who do I need to get like back in rotation, who do I think has something to say, and you know, and then sort of like use that to sort of break out, like, okay, I'll open up my calendar and I'll go like, okay, Tuesday, Sam, Friday, David, or Saturday, David, you know, like boop, 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 and break out like basically like a month. So I'll go there. And then the next step is that then as like the date approaches, as we're starting to get closer to it, I'm like, okay, like what would that video actually be about? So now I know the character, what's the content? So look at it in terms of like where their story is. Are they like a more of like a lore based kind of a one, or is it more of like an episodic one? Like if it's not only video, it's just sort of whatever I want. Oh, hold on. Your friendly neighborhood snake, thank you for the 499. Seeing as there's a very small amount of character fan art, I'll just make a folder dedicated to stream quotes. Your chat is amazing. And Ohana, thank you for the $2. Hi. Firstly, thank you so much for all you do. Your content is a massive comfort to me. Well, thank you for watching it. I'm glad that you like it. So I'll come up with I'll look at, you know, like, okay, like what kind of story do they need to tell next? Or if they're just like an episodic character like Ollie or Aaron or something, it's like, okay, what's just a video concept I want to make? And then I'll use that to write the script. I'll write the script generally the day before it's due. That's the ideal. And then I will also hopefully record it the night before it's due and edit it and get it together and it's done. Oftentimes life comes a knockin' and that's not what happens, and I end up writing, recording, and editing it all the day that it is due, which is not great, but life happens and you got to be flexible. That's kind of the biggest thing for me, is like trying to do like with a real job and moving and everything. You just got to be flexible and you got to be patient with yourself. Will we get another video of a character playing games? Yeah, for sure. I really like those ones. It's fun because I'm not really comfortable with doing a lot of improv if it's just like random, like if someone was like improv a comfort audio, I'd be like, do I have to? But when it's a video game thing where it's like it's I'm improving, but it's based around something, so like I'm improving in character off of things that are happening, that takes so much of the stress off, and it's fun. It's also just fun because I'm playing a video game. so yeah, no, I really do like those. I would like to make more. I know they're not everyone's cup of tea, so I don't like to make too many of those. And I fell into that unfortunate thing of, it seemed like every Milo video was just one of those, and which I didn't want, because like I said, like Milo's one of my favorite characters to voice. Like I love doing, which is why it's so easy to do him improv gaming stuff. But I also want to have like actual videos with him. So yeah, it's something I definitely plan to make more of in the future with other games as well. Allie, thank you for the $10. I have a whiteboard in my room where I'm trying to put all the plot points together, and it looks like the writings of a crazy caveman. I use it to advertise your stuff to my friends. I would imagine it would look very crazy, yes. But thank you for the free advertisement. Would you ever take fan scripts and make an audio out of them, or fan suggestions? I wouldn't ever do a fan script, no. I like to... I just want to have complete control over my content in that way. So no, I don't ever plan to do... I'm never going to do fan scripts. Fan suggestions, I listen to the suggestions, I read the comments and stuff, I see them, I take them into account. So yeah, I definitely kind of read the room on that. Yeah. There was a donation. Oh, fuck. Thank you for the $50, Mac. Oh my god, you did not need to do that. I mean, none of you needed to do any of this. Thank you, but oh my gosh. Finally coming home from class, and I'm glad I got to stream. LOL, here's a little housewarming gift. Thank you, that's very sweet. You didn't need to do that, but that's very kind of you. Thank you. Nimble, thank you for the $5. Scale of 1 to 10. How uncomfortable is it to record actual screams? Like when Huxley screamed Damien's name, I'd be afraid my neighbors would hear. honestly, it's not uncomfortable so much as it's trying to figure out how to be that loud without just peaking the audio and like bottoming the whole thing out. So it's really hard to like, because the mic, and like I could turn the sensitivity down, but like because it's, you know, ASMR content, like at least in name, um, the mics are up pretty high, they're pretty sensitive, and I like get, you know, like quite close to them, and so it's hard to then be loud, which is something that I ran into a lot during inversion. Was like, oh, now I need to like scream or yell or like whatever, you know. And so like it was hard to navigate that, and I don't know that I did a great job of it, to be completely honest. Um, but yeah, so it's not uncomfortable, but it stresses me out for different reasons. Oh, I got a orange PJM tan. Thank you. Hey Eric, first dono. Woo! Just wanted to say thank you for all that you do and for making me smile, laugh, cry. LMAO. Your stories and the amount of work you put into them is incredibly inspiring and admirable. Thank you. That's very kind of you to say. I appreciate that. Is the Imperium okay? No. No, it's not. it's not okay. Chloe, you saw Announcer Boy? Pizza Guy is back! Okay, so yeah, so in case y'all didn't know, over on my Discord, it just shows on my Discord 2 days before the videos come out, so like today being Thursday, the Saturday one, it shows the thumbnail so you can know what's coming. There's something in my cup. And so it posted just now at 5, and is Pizza Guy. He's getting a non NSFW, just like an actual normal audio. So yeah, I hope you guys like that. I'm excited for it. I think it'll be fun. I had a lot of fun. I started to make that like his you know, bonus audio. Like I pretty much decided to make that as a joke, and then I ended up like really having a lot of fun with that one. That was like, was a really fun one to make. So I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm gonna have it. I'm gonna put him in there. Lovely Demon Lessa. Oh wow, thank you. Thank you for that, for the $20. A bit of a random cue. I noticed that the YouTube vids now have super thanks. Just curious, does it work the same as super chat in terms of the dono you receive, or would it be better to give through PayPal for donos off stream? It is fully up to you. As per usual, as I tend to say, like, you don't have to donate anything, but if that is what you want to do, it's just another way of doing that YouTube opened up. So if I am understanding correctly, how super thanks works is that it's like a comment that like will show up permanently, like lit up, kind of like a super chat. So that way it'll like, I think, so that way it'll like show that. So if you want, I guess if you want it, well, I actually don't know. I don't know 100%. In terms of like me getting a donation, don't worry about that. Do it however you want. But I know that like if it's a super chat, it would be. I mean, sorry, if it's a super thanks, it would be tied specifically to that video that you like did the thanks on. Versus like a dono, if you did that, then I just put it in the video itself on like the next one. So yeah, so it's fully up to you. But thank you. Something in your cup. It's more likely than you think. How did you come up with the idea of the paperwork video? It was so interesting and fun to watch, listen to. Thank you for saying that. I don't know that everyone else would agree with that, that it was interesting. No, I got a lot of lovely comments on that one. But that one, so the idea for that one actually came from, you know, like, I like poking fun at bureaucracy. And I like the idea that, you know, even in a world of magic where like, isn't that amazing, that's so cool, you could do these amazing, incredible, fantastical things, but like it's also still the real world. So like there's still paperwork, there's still drudgery, like I like that dichotomy. That makes it just it makes me laugh to think that like you have to fill out paperwork about something as like insane as like magic and letting someone know that magic exists. Well, Macron, thank you. Hi, Eric. I'm sick, so I can't stay long. I hope you feel better soon. I'm sorry. But I just want to say thank you for all the amazing content and building such a wonderful place. Thank you for being part of it, Macron, and I hope you feel better soon. And Maria, thank you. Just want to say hi and set you a fun little challenge since you're a voice actor. Look at you. Am I? For the next 5 minutes, put a timer on your phone. You have to talk with a British accent. Answering questions, just talking. It's just for fun if comfy. We'll see. we'll see. That could set a dangerous precedent. Babylon's Whispers, thank you for the $5. Can you please clear something up for me? Is a Deathwalker an empowered human, a demon, or something else entirely? More information about Deathwalkers will come as time goes on. So unfortunately, I must again not answer a very good, very appreciated question. But yeah, you will get an answer. But it may be a while. So the paperwork, yeah, I just like that idea of like that you still have to do paperwork even in something as crazy as that. Oh, bye Asian, thank you for being here. So when you buy a house, there is a lot of paperwork, and it hold on. Meta, thank you. When creating the guy thumbnails, did you take inspiration from when I made Pizza Guy thumbnails back when he was more of a joke character? I mean, I just kind of took inspiration from he's a pizza guy, so I figured the symbol would be pizza. But no, I mean, I remember those thumbnails you used to make. Those were really funny. So yeah, when you buy a house, there's a lot of paperwork, and you have to sit there and just like sign a million different pieces of paper, and you literally like you have a meeting where you go and you sit and you sign and it just sort of inspired me that I was like, oh, like people had asked in the past about like, because I had made jokes about it, there was like the classes that you have to take and everything to like tell someone about the empowered world and stuff. And so at one point I had thought like, oh, I should actually like write that paperwork, and then I was like, no, that would be a lot of work. I don't want to do that. And so then when I got the house and I had to sign everything, I was like, okay, well, this is actually kind of like, I now have kind of like a basis of paperwork that I can then flip for my purposes and just sort of rewrite rather than write from scratch. And so it's actually it's a rewritten version of some of it was from scratch, but a lot of it was like me rewriting stuff that was from the process of actually like taking title of a house. So if that's why it is so detailed and everything. Like I am not, like that's not like my field of work or anything. So like I couldn't have come up with all that stuff off the spot. But yeah, it was definitely a lot of work to adapt all of that stuff. Like it still took me a long time, even with that like great starting point of like having to rewrite all of that into like this different format. That still took a long time and a lot of work, and like thinking about like, okay, like how would I translate like this part of that process into the process of telling someone about the magical world. So there was still a long time of like reworking everything, but it was I was super proud of the end result, and it was a lot of fun. So I'm glad that people did like that one. Okay. And the other dono, Whistler, thank you. Oh, one last thing. This is a thumbnail appreciation post because they are also aesthetically pleasing and eye-catching. The last few galactic theme ones are so sick. Thank you. I have a lot of fun with thumbnails. They can kind of stress me out because I mean, obviously they're like your first, introduction to, getting into whatever that video is. So like it's important, like YouTube beats you over the head telling you like it's really important that the thumbnail be good, the title be good, like the tags are good, like all that and everything. So it's like it's a point of a little bit of stress, but like it's also a lot of fun. Like I've never had an interest in having like a career in any sort of like anything graphical or graphic design or anything like that. Like that is far outside of my you know realm of ability to do that as an actual job. But through doing the channel, I have found that I do really enjoy my little corner of it, of getting to do it and play around with thumbnails and stuff. So I'm glad you like them because it's a lot of work, but I'm really happy with them. Mac, thank you for the $1. There's a question that's been bugging me for no real reason, but if someone with a food allergy turned into a vampire, would they still be affected by that food after they're turned? I don't know. I would like to say no, because it kind of like, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, like, there's so many other like hang-ups in my world of like where it's like, oh, it's a vampire. That's amazing, right? Oh, also, here's all this bad stuff about it. So like, I am amused at the thought that it's like, actually, yeah, no, you still have an allergy. And now you get that forever. I kind of like the idea of that, but that I find that a little darkly funny. But so I'm not gonna say for sure one way or the other, but I'm not sure. Lovely Diva Alyssa, thank you for the $10. That's very kind of you. Thanks for the info on Super Thanks, really helpful. Also, Pizza Guy, I'm all smiles now. For the record, I love the paperwork video. It's so relaxing. It's really a favorite of mine. I'm glad. I liked that one in the sense that it was a lot of work to make, but it was a lot of fun to make as well. And I thought it was, I figured, for the real like lore hounds out there, they would really love that. Getting like to dig into that world of it again, but not again. Sorry, getting to dig into that part of the world, but that it it also would help put people to sleep for those who weren't really that into that part. But and Jesse Love, thank you. So question, back with Adam, there's a point where Adam says, ready for a blackout, and then Lovely zaps them, and then when Vincent comes in, he repeats, you mentioned a blackout, Adam. How did Vincent hear that? Did I find a plot hole? I'm not sure. I can't remember. I mean, that video was a long time ago. I'm not sure how the timing of it went down. I'm not sure if he said that after the silencing wards had already fell, so that's why Vincent would have been able to hear it, or if it was before. So it's possible. It's possible. It's a plot hole. I don't know. I don't ever really go back to that video, so I can't say for sure because I'm not. Oh yeah, like I said, I'm not sure of the timing of if the ward had fallen or not, but who knows? Someone knows. I'm sure. Have I ever been recognized in public? No, or at least they didn't say anything to me, which is good because that would be really nerve-wracking and scary. Do I ever get burnt out? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm only human. It does happen sometimes. In general, I don't. Burnt out is a bit. I don't know if burnt out is exactly the word. I literally do get just tired. It's not that I'm like burnt out on the concept or the process or anything. But there are times when I just push too hard and I overwork myself. I kind of made that video sort of talking about how at the end of 2021 I had just really I had bitten off more than I could chew, and I made too much stuff, and it was really hard, and I just pushed myself to the limit, and it was too much. And it's not that I've never gotten burnt out on like the concept of the channel or like the work that goes into it or the characters or anything. Like, it's not like that. But I have literally just like exhausted myself. I only, like there are times when like it gets tiring, just in general, but not in a way that like really impacts anything. Just in like oh gosh, I have a lot to do. The one time when it really went really far was when I ended up making that video about it, just kind of talk about it, where it was like I had just done so much and I went nonstop. I made the E&E games, Inversion, the Imperium. It was just like back to back to back to back. Aftershock. It was just like there was so much, and I did not give myself enough of a break, and it was too much. So yeah, I definitely have gotten tired. I don't know that I've gotten burnt out in that way though. Leah, thank you. This question has been burning in my mind, and I'm very curious. What would a question between David and Avier look like? That's an interesting character combination. I think it would definitely depend on what they were talking about. I mean, they both definitely have their sarcastic moments. There would be potentially a bit of butting heads, depending on what they were talking about. But they're also both like in the bigger picture, long term. I mean, they're both pretty like level-headed and everything. So I think they'd be on the same page with pretty much everything if they got there. But I think they might rub each other the wrong way at first. Oh, and Maria, thank you for your donation. The paperwork audio was so relaxing I fell asleep, so thank you. You could literally would you consider Avier reading the dictionary to us? I don't think I would do that. That would I like to keep even the boring stuff at least a little bit tangentially lore related or something. But yeah, who knows? Maybe. What is Asher's last name? I haven't decided yet, to be honest. And I don't plan on releasing every character's last name. I like keeping, I tend to only drop a last name when I think like in a realistic setting it would make more sense for the last name to be used. I like keeping a lot of things more open-ended, and so where it's possible I like to leave things up to interpretation, except in those circumstances, like I said, where like it is kind of plot relevant, like when David called, like David having a last name was important because like the pack would be named after the last name. Vincent being Solaire was important because like I wanted to establish the name of the vampire clan, and then like there is that plot aspect of like, did he take William's name? Why did he take William's name? What's the impact of that? What's the importance of that? Lasco's last name reveal was because it was like in a situation like that, like he would be referred to by his last name. He wouldn't just like get on the mic and be like, "Hi, my name's Lasco. You guys don't know me," but like I don't know, like it was a formal setting, so like I just imagine he would have said his last name. Yeah, so I kind of only like to come up with them and reveal them where I think it matters to the plot. Does that make sense? Would you ever upload a behind-the-scenes video? I feel like seeing the characters' voices coming out of your mouth would blow my mind. Maybe, if that was something people were interested in. I actually usually record in like my like closet that I have turned in both places. In the old place it was, in this little closet I turned into a recording booth, and in this new house it's in a closet I converted into a recording booth. So it's dark in there, so I'd have to like set up a light because like in the old one there wasn't a light, and in the new one there is a light, but it's very small. So I would definitely have to like do some doing to make that happen. But Yeah, no, I could do that if people were interested in that. That could be, excuse me, that could be fun. Do your vampires have any physical features that change in addition to their eyes, like skin going paler, etc.? Um, as far as skin goes, if they are a fairer skinned person, then yeah, their skin tone would lighten. In the same way that like anyone not not in the sun would get paler. But it's not like it's literally only because any of those any vampire in my universe, there it's not. Why can I not think of how to phrase that? It's literally like, because they're not in the sun, if you are a person where your skin gets paler when you're not exposed to the sun, then your skin would get paler because they're not in the sun. It's not an immediate thing. It would happen literally over time. I guess I made that so much more complicated than it needed to be. Um, but yeah, that's literally just because like they can't go outside in the sun. The only feature that like changes that actually like stays across the board is, or not stays, excuse me. The only feature that is like shared as a part of the turning is the eye color. But yeah. We got some donuts. Mac, thank you. Another vampire-related question. LOL, sorry. You don't have to apologize. But could a vampire trance a demon, and would a demon be able to have a vampire as their charge? That's two questions. I can't help but notice. No, you're fine. No, a vampire could not trance a demon. They're not powerful enough to do that. Would a demon be able to have a vampire as a charge? Yeah. If they wanted to, yeah. Rowan, thank you for the dono. Thank you for the $5. It's my first stream visit. Well, welcome. We would like to welcome you. Welcome aboard. I just wanted to send good move-in wishes and thank you just in general. Really been getting me through the last couple months. Well, thank you for watching. I'm glad it's been helping. That's always nice to hear. And thank you for swinging by. Allie, thank you. I don't know if you already said this, but any plans for 100K, or is it a secret to be held until actual time? I'm super fucking excited for 100K, but I don't have any plans yet. I want to do something, of course, but I haven't decided on anything yet. I have plans for like the channelversary in July, which in theory we're gonna hit 100K before that. So like, I don't know exactly how the timing is gonna. Excuse me, how the timing is all gonna land. I don't have anything planned outright, but I definitely am gonna do something. But I don't know for sure what yet. So. Ba ba ba. Ba da ba ba ba. Okay, hold on. Did I miss something? I hope I didn't miss anything. Does the pizza guy have a name? His name is Guy. Yeah, that's his name. That's a name. People are named Guy. And I just thought that was funny. Is there a character you think you're the most like, firstly in voicing and secondly in personality? My go-to standard answer is Ollie, because in a lot of ways Ollie is just a stand-in for me. That said, though, in fairness, I'm not. There are times when like I'm not super like Ollie. Like that was always my go-to answer, and then I was like, I don't. As I have continued to make more videos of him, like I'm not always like him, but often. And I mean, his voice is basically just my voice. So in that sense, probably him. But also, a lot of the voices are just my voice. Because I don't... not everybody has a distinct voice, and that's okay, because I got too many characters for that. I shouldn't say I have too many characters for that. I have too many characters that I have too many characters for that within the bounds of my abilities as a I wouldn't even call myself a voice actor of a person who makes voices. Quick question: did Sweetheart have any small, like, memory flashes from the Shades, as they had fought one before? I believe they did. I'm not 100% faithful in memory. They, yeah, they fought one before, for sure. They did fight one before. As far as them having memory flashes, I not in any of the videos, but I mean, in terms of like if they have some like remnants of that they're like working through, that's definitely there and open for interpretation. Hey Eric, I was just curious, are all the characters you've created white? I mean, I've always seen Huxley as black and Damien as Asian, but I wasn't Damien as Asian, but I wasn't sure about it. What's your take as the creator? That is a prime example of why I love leaving the, like, in terms of people ask me like what do the characters like look like and stuff. I leave that completely up to everyone's interpretation, because I want, wherever possible, I want to leave stuff up to you guys, because I want you to be able to, like, see this world how you want to see it. I like having that. I think one of the amazing things about this medium of it being audio only is that so much of it gets to be up to your imagination of how you want this stuff to look. And I love that part of it. So, like, I think it's amazing getting to see like all of this incredible fan art where you get to see all these different interpretations of characters, all these different eye colors, hair colors, skin colors. Like, it's really, really cool to see how everyone like imagines the world. So yeah, it's important to me that where possible I leave that open. So yeah, I guess that's my take as the creator. Is I think it's really cool when people see it in all kinds of different ways. But yeah. Let's see. It's free for all fan art wise. Yes, for sure. There on my Discord in particular, there is a channel for art. Not just for not just for stuff based on my channel, just art that you guys make in general. And it's always really cool to see stuff in there. There's definitely there's stuff that a lot of people kind of tend to make the same stuff. Like, well, that's not the way to phrase it exactly. There definitely have been like trends I've seen, I should say it that way, where it's like a lot of people picture a certain character with a certain hair color or something. But it's always really cool to get to see like all the different interpretations of that and all the different versions of it, because it's just, I don't know, that's a really cool thing as a creator to get to see like how you would imagine my world. And it's people then like they'll sometimes ask me too of like, okay, but like what do you see it as? And I know that, like, I'm sure some people don't like believe this, but what's really cool to me is that like I don't have to think about what I see it as. And because I'm thinking about it in terms of like I just have to think about a voice, and that's all I care to think about, because like I don't really do like an imagery of it in my head. I don't think about what it looks like. I really just have to focus on the voice and trying to convey it through that. So, like I said, I'm sure there are people who like don't know if it feels that, who don't know if I'm like, if I mean it when I say it, but I really do. Like, I don't really have an interpretation of most of these characters, because I don't have to. I just have to think about a voice, and then I get to leave the rest up and get to see all this like amazing shit that people make of how they see it, and that's just really fucking cool. So anyway, do you think you'd continue the non-canon Damn Boys romance vids in the future, or was that content more to just accompany the freelancer storyline? I plan to continue them in the future, but that said, I just to be transparent, 100% honest. When I do make new additions to those like non-canon audios, they're not done in a way where it's like I'm not really trying to create like a separate continued lore kind of a thing, because that would get, among other things, like really complicated to have like 5 different concurrent lore of the same like people, if that makes sense. Like obviously I have loads of stories and like timelines going, not timelines, storylines going simultaneously, but they're of different people. This, like, to have all of that like interconnection of like the non-canon ones and how they would interact, where it's like, okay, well, in this one, if it's Lasco as the boyfriend, what's Damien like in that version of it versus what's Damien like in the canon one versus what's Damien like in the Damien specific one. So I will still make videos of that, but they're much more episodic, one-off style kind of thing. So yeah, so I just want to be like upfront about that, of like, don't expect like deep relationship lore out of those for the most part, if that makes sense, because they kind of are meant as like one-off fun little like jaunts, if that makes sense, I guess. Allie, thank you. Gonna pop out and go back to schoolwork, but it is my 21st in 140 days. That's very specific. Can I get an early happy birthday? Early happy birthday to you. I hope when the time comes, it's a great day for you. Audrey Chavez, thank you. Hope you're enjoying your new house. I am. I really am. It's a lot of work, but it's, it's, in a lot of ways, it's kind of like my dream house, I guess, which is like trite to say, but like it actually is. And that's not to say that it's not taking a lot of work. Like, the bones of the house are good. There has been a lot to do. There's a lot I've done, and there's a lot left to do, but I love the location that it's in. I'm just really, really happy with it. So I am enjoying it. Thank you. And it is a lot of work, but it's all good. Anything worth doing, it's worth doing right. Anya Williams, thank you. Hi Eric, congrats on almost 100K. Also, you should do something when the listener spoils their SO for the main characters. Yeah, maybe. It's a good concept for the future. Oh, I think I almost missed one, actually. Sorry. Maria, before I leave, oh god, I hope you didn't leave. Oh, it was only 2 minutes ago. Okay. I have a random question. What book are you currently reading or would recommend? It would be much appreciated. I have a 12-hour flight, and a book is a great escape and time pass. Have a great stream, and good day night. I hope you have a safe and happy flight. I'm not reading any books right now. My favorite books are, I've said it a lot, so like some of you might, be tired of hearing it, but I love the Abhorsen trilogy very much, which now they've actually he's made a 4th book in it, I'm not sure how Garth Nix goes, but I love that series. I can't recommend them enough. They're very cool. They were absolutely the inspiration for death being a river in my world. So yeah, I would recommend that one. What's my favorite thing about the new place? Having a garage is amazing. That's so simple, but so like, it feels really good having a garage. Just cause like, I've never had one, and it's really nice to have one. I actually literally have a laundry room for the first time, not like a laundry closet, which is really nice. It's little things, honestly. It's sad, but those are some of the first things where I was like, this is just really awesome to have a garage and have a laundry room. Have a nice closet, have a nice bathroom that's, where I can't touch all 4 walls at once. Yeah. It's the little things. Um, I love Sabriel. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Is there any specific type of accent you can't do? There's a lot. Honestly, there's a lot. There are. It'd be much easier to ask which ones am I comfortable with, because that's very few. Oh, Chloe, does your new place have a pool like the old one too? No, unfortunately, it does not, which sucks because I had never had a pool, and then at that old place I had the pool, and it was it was fucking amazing. I never like knew that how much I would like want a pool until I had one, and then like I spent the entire summer in that fucking pool. Like I literally would swim basically every single day, like which one good for fitness, and two was just like it's just a lot of fun, and I really really loved having a pool. So I'm definitely gonna miss that. Maybe someday in the future I can get one put in. That would be very far in the future though, because that's very expensive. So that would be a long time of saving up. But perhaps someday I will get a pool. That'd be great. We'll see. But yeah, I am gonna miss the pool a lot. That was definitely the big selling point of the old place. That said, can't get ants in the pool if there's no pool. So, Mac, thank you for the $1. Are there any ASMR artists that you look up to that you would want to collaborate with if you could? Yeah, I mean there are loads of ASMR artists that I look up to. I mean, I got into this I got into ASMR and stuff, you know, from back when I was in college. Honestly, like that was when I first started watching it, and it had already been around for a couple years, but I got in there like kind of early in terms of watching it, only watching it. And so I used to watch like just like all the old, like I watched like ASMR like videos, not like audios. Like back in the day when it was like everyone was doing videos, like ASMR requests, Heather Feather, oh my gosh, Sleeping Green ASMR, Whispering Red ASMR. Oh god, I can't think of the ones I used to watch. Those were all some of them. Dimitri, I can't remember what his channel name was, but I remember his name was Dimitri. He used to make them. I used to watch. At the time, I think his name was Fred ASMR, and then I think he's switched it since. I mean, mostly people are still around, but so I loved all those classics, you know, like the old like video style ones. I used to watch those all the time. I mean, they were so helpful to me in college when like I reached a weird point in my life where like my anxiety and stuff and like insomnia was really reaching like a breaking point. And ASMR really like helped so much with all of that. So I mean, like those are people where it's like I make stuff very different from what they make, of course, because like I don't generally make like video style stuff, of course, but I yes, hell yeah, podcast, Green Bay, Fond du Lac, Oshkosh. No, like I look up to people like that who've been around for, or who just were around for so long, that were sort of like there at the beginning, because like it's crazy. So like I a lot of them don't even do it anymore, but I still will go back and watch some of that old stuff sometimes, just because it was so cool. It was just a very different time. Oh, Phoenician Sailor, excuse me. Yes, he makes some like incredible stuff. Also, recently, like some of the people like now, some of the stuff that they make with video style stuff is just insane. Like Made in France ASMR. This shit looks like a fucking movie. It's incredible the kind of stuff he makes. Oh my gosh, what's her name? Oh, she has that steampunk video. Atlas ASMR, yeah, he makes amazing stuff. She has like the steampunk one, and she'll do ones where they're like a lot of historical ones where oh gosh, I can't think of her name. It's crazy. The shit people make now is crazy. It's not to quote Bob the drag queen, but this is wild. Goodnight Moon. I think it's Goodnight Moon. Yeah, I think so. I can see it, but like I don't remember the name. But the stuff is crazy. So like and I'm not, like I said, like I'm not in the video side of it, like actual video. And so I don't ever really plan to be, but I have so much respect for that because that takes so much work. I can only imagine. Like, oh my god. Like, my stuff takes a lot of work and it's nothing like that. So, like, that's crazy. So, I have so much respect for those people because that's so much work. In terms of, like, VA style ASM artist, the one that I always kind of refer back to as being a huge inspiration to me was Hollow VA. He was one of the first examples of someone who that I found who was making, kind of their own universe of VA stuff, and it's that sort of like showed me that like there is a space for that on the internet. So like I give Hollow all the props for that, for being a big inspiration to actually like being the thing that like kicked me to really do it, because I had been considering making stuff for my channel before, like not making stuff for my channel, making a channel before that, but I didn't really like know that there was a space for that. And like there are a lot of people who would say like, oh, if there's not the space for it, make the space, like, and that's cool and that's great and that's an important mindset for people to have. I'm not always that like like much of a go-getter, so until I kind of knew like, oh, okay, so there is a space for that. That's really cool. He was a huge inspiration for that, and also was indirectly kind of an inspiration for my cassette style. I've told this story before as well, but there was a period where like he kind of made some of his videos, some of the thumbnails I think were like meant to look like VHS tapes, or like recordings from VHS tapes. And yeah, I kind of like thought about that and was like, well, I like cassettes, and then I just sort of went from there. And so then I ended up going the cassette route. So yeah, I give a lot of inspiration to Hollow for that. Meta, I'm sorry that it was 6 minutes ago. I'm just now seeing it. Out of all your characters, which one is most likely to have a live, laugh, love sign in their house? Also, I'm going to miss the toilet noises. I could break this toilet if you want. No, just kidding. I will not do that. I get it, though. RIP toilet. I had fixed the toilet before I left that house, though. Because if you remember, the last couple streams, the toilet noises were gone. Zeke would have a live, laugh, love sign. Also, Asher might, ironically. He would put it, like, in the bathroom or something. Oh geez, there was a lot while I was talking. Having a film degree, yeah, I can attest that's a fucking lot of work, and always takes a team of people, costume sets, editing, cameras, etc. It usually takes a full day, sometimes 2 days to shoot. Yeah, I can't even imagine. It's like I said, some of the shit that they make is, this is wild. No, it really is though. It's amazing. Lovely Demon Alyssa, thank you. Mentioning visual video style ASMR, was it a different experience to actually record yourself with a paperwork video in terms of a visual element? I had done it, I had already done it myself for, as the joke, for the joke video, for the Max's Rustic Pizza ad. So I had a little bit of experience, but it was definitely different. It wasn't bad. I mean, like, it wasn't too hard because I didn't have to like face act, I was able to just my hands pointing with pen and stuff. So that was oh my god, Josh unironically has a live, laugh, love sign in his kitchen. Yes, that's another good one. He would. So it was, what stresses me about visual is that it's like, if I was to misspeak, then like there's like a cut that people can see. You know, like when I make a cut in audio, they're not always perfect and you can hear them, but a lot of times I can mostly, you know, like cover it over and I just like retake it and everything's fine. In video, it's so much easier to see a cut. So that was stressful. Sin, how's your bidet? Sin, I gotta tell you, installing what I went through, the way that I was fighting for my life to get this thing done, to get that fucking thing installed. Honestly, the story would probably be best told on the podcast because it was an adventure. The suffering I went through, the things that happened to me in that bathroom while trying to get this installed, I can't. I'll get into it at some point. Okay, good. I'm up to date on that. And Davies, I just want to say I find your content inspiring and you've helped me discover a lot about myself in an odd way. Well, I'm glad. That's cool. Probably not gonna be around much, but just want to say thank you. Well, thank you for being here, and that's very sweet of you to say. I'm glad that the work could help. That's always really cool to hear. I'm so excited to hear about your suffering. Okay, all right, I see you, Jason. I'm so glad that I could amuse you with my pain. Oh my gosh. Bidet versus washing machine, which one came closer to breaking you? They pushed me in very different ways. The washing machine was a brief moment of horror, the likes of which I had never known, that I did not deserve, but you know, that I had to deal with. And it was a horror show. It was something that mortal eyes were not meant to see, but I got through it. The bidet was an all-day bidet adventure that just it pushed me to my limits of patience. The washing machine never made me feel like, it never tested my patience. It just literally disgusted me. The bidet was not disgusting. It tested me. It tested every fiber of my being of you know, like, what can I withstand? What happened to the washing machine? You can find out on the second most recent episode of the podcast, the Hell Yeah podcast. The podcast I have with my friend Steve. Do werewolves have a specific eye color? I haven't decided, but I don't think so. Sorry, I see that a couple times and I hadn't gotten around to answering it, so I'm sorry to have been missing that one for so long. Trying to read back, sorry. Operation Raccoon versus washing machine versus wet garbage. Are we doing a tier list of what's the worst? What was the worst? Yes, Origin, it was the bidet. Okay, so what was the worst? Operation Raccoon, washing machine, wet garbage. Operation Raccoon was the least bad. I'm gonna be honest. It was the least bad. Washing machine versus wet garbage. Honestly, the washing machine was like disgusting, but like in the moment, like at least it didn't smell. It was just like horrifying of like, what is this? This is, oh good God, what is this? And then the wet garbage though, it was like, it was hot out, the garbage, like it spilled, and I knew what it was. I knew what the garbage was, and I did not. Oh, that one was the worst. Wet garbage was the worst. Bidet versus washing machine versus model train. Ooh. Honestly, bidet was the worst, but it was almost tied with model train, and then washing machine was below that. Excuse me. Is it canon? Get ready for word. In terms of the sexualities of all the characters and listeners, that's all left, fully open to interpretation, on purpose. Because I like to keep everything gender neutral and stuff, and that sort of extends to all the different and that, like, the way that interacts with, like, the relationships and everything. So yeah, that's all, that part's totally up to interpretation. So however you want to see it. Gnomes, yes. Garbage all down the side of my face. Heaving breath. Heaving. That was very that. Rinsler. Technically, vamps shouldn't be able to go out at night since moonlight equals reflected sunlight. Professional opinion. It's a good point. I would argue that it's because it's at such a low level of, like, like the UV radiation. I don't know that UV is the problem with sunlight. I'm just I'm just throwing shit at the wall now. It's I think it would be in such low amounts that, like, maybe that's why it's tolerable. In the same way that in my world, like, they can survive in the sunlight for a little bit. It's just uncomfortable. So I think maybe it's a question of levels. Maybe. Sandy Blue, thank you. Just wondering if not having ASMR on your merch is on purpose. Not having ASMR on your merch is on purpose. Aware when people see mine, they won't find you if they just look up redacted. Know what I mean? Yeah. Because for me, like, I think it's super cool that, like, people even want merch. And for me, my thing with merch is I just wanted to make stuff that, like, looked, like something someone would want to wear. For me, it was never a question of, like, advertising. Like, and maybe that's not the best decision for my channel, but that's just how I looked at it. For me, it wasn't about, like, trying to make something that would bring more people to the channel. Like, I just wanted it to be something that, like, that someone would just wear. I thought that was cool. Yeah, so that was kind of why I never put ASMR on it, because I don't know, I just liked having it be more open. So reaction to Willow Pill's Drag Race win. I think it's great. Willow is hilarious, and I think it's really fucking cool that she won. My only thing from a production standpoint that I'm surprised by is there were so many times when, like, Willow did really, really well, and she could have easily gotten a win, and then for them to, but they didn't give her the win. It just seems odd to me that, like, when she was, like, pushed so much as a front runner, rightfully so, because she's very talented and funny and hilarious and everything, it just seemed weird that she didn't get more wins. I don't know, but I'm glad she won. I mean, like, when I was going into it, who did I want to win? In my heart of hearts, I technically wanted Diabetti to win, because I was like, yes. Like, I thought Dia was great. And I wanted Dia to win. But I'm super happy that Willow won, because I think she's very talented and amazing. But in my dark little heart of hearts, I wish Dia would have won. Sin, did you have dryer lint issues at all since the washer was neglected? Yeah, it was literally, like, jam packed with lint, but that's so easy to take out. Like, so there was a lot. It also clearly had not been removed in a very long time, but that one wasn't nearly so bad. Is there a possibility that we're having a Milo audio where he explains why he is not close to his dad? Yes. I imagine that may come up in the future. I imagine. Perhaps. Does your merch ship worldwide? I believe it does. I know that Spring sells it to a lot of places. I also know that unfortunately their like non-American shipping is really fucking expensive, and unfortunately that's not really something I can do anything about, which sucks because I feel really bad. But yes, I know it ships at least to a lot of places. So I hope it ships to wherever you are. If it doesn't, I hope they change that soon. Teespring also, like, I know, like, in terms of sizes, with some of the merch in particular, like, they don't run stuff up into very, like, into, they don't have a very great size range, which also really sucks, and is something that I definitely hope they get better about in the future. But yeah, so I hope that's something that they also improve over time. Brad McClintock, thank you so much for the $5. Eric, this question has been eating my soul. When Lovely wasn't energetic, did they ever shock Vincent like socks on carpet and you touch metal? did they static shock him? They may have. I imagine they may have. It probably was, I'm sure they never hurt him. But yeah, I would imagine being around an electroenergetic, there'd definitely be a lot of static shock built up. But yeah. Shipping to Japan is half the price of the item. Oh god, I'm sorry. That fucking sucks. I don't know why it's at, well, I guess it's an American-based company, but I feel like Spring is so big now that, like, they should, have, like, satellite offices or something? I don't know. Hopefully that gets better. Is there any new music or songs you've been bopping to lately? Hell yeah! Let's see. What have I been bopping to lately? There's been quite a bit I've been bopping to. For some reason, I don't think these are particularly newish songs, but I have recently found them, and I can't stop fucking listening to them. Thinking About You by Selekio. Say It to My Face by Maddie Noise. I don't know these people's names. Taped Up Heart by Cream. Those are some bops. Went back to a classic. I can't stop listening to Out of Touch by Hall & Oates. Because, you can't change me. Ooh, want a weird behind the scenes fact? So people have asked, Blue Bun, thank you. Thoughts on making a playlist of songs your characters like, or what kind of genres they like. I hope this makes sense, LL. No, it totally makes sense. To be honest, that would be really cool. But that'd be a lot of work, and I got a lot on my plate. So I probably wouldn't. But I know other people have, and I think that's really cool. Like, I love, like, mood playlists and stuff. I say that, but I also don't have any. But I love, like, I have songs that put, like, 4 different moods, and so I don't have them into playlists. But, like, conceptually, I like mood playlists and stuff. So, yeah. So it's, I think that's really cool, and I think it's really cool when people do that. Will I do that, like, official ones? I'm just going to go ahead and say no, because that's a lot of work. But I would like to if I had more time, because that is really cool. The fun fact I was going to say. So, at some point, someone asked me, did they ask me? Someone said something to the effect of, okay, so you guys remember Echo's first video? A different kind of video. I was asked the question at one point, I believe in the comment section, of where they were like, I wonder, like, what you were, like, vibing to when you were, like, making this audio, because this audio is, like, intense, which it is. Also, I forgot how intense that audio is, and I went back and listened to it, and I was like, oh, I really went for it that day. Okay. Yeah. So, but the funny thing is, like, for as intense as that video is, and, like, the darkness of it, someone was like, God, like, what music were you listening to for that one? And the actual honest truth is the entire time I wrote that video, which took me, like, a couple hours, I listened to Family Man by Hall & Oates on repeat. Did it match the mood? No. Was it inspiring? No. But I liked it. So I just listened to Family Man on repeat the entire time. Oh my gosh. I love little song drops from Discord. The Avier Amberlynn one, Pre-Revelation was cruel. That one, I was okay. So I had known the Avier plot reveal before I ever made an Avier video, and I was so fucking excited to finally get to do that reveal. And you don't even know how pumped I was to finally get the payoff of that one. And so I was like, and I love Amberlynn, but like the concept of that. The concept for like that reveal had nothing to do with that song by Amberlynn, but it just works so perfectly. Like the irony that like I listened to, I love that song. I love Other Side, and it's my favorite song off that album. And I listen to that song all the time, and I never put together that it matched so well with that plot until like about like a month before I knew I was finally going to get to reveal it. And so I was like, oh my God. I was like, I get to drop the video. But before I drop the video, I'm going to be like, oh, just Avier vibes with that song. And then, ooh, it felt good. It felt so good. That was just like, that was fucking kismet. Everything was right. And it felt so good. So good. Anyway. I now see people are asking for an Avier video. It's coming. It's coming. It's in rotation. I told you, I'm trying to be better about not letting things go so long. And again, I say that fully prepared to accidentally let a character go 7, 8, 9 months and then get yelled at. But I'm trying. I'm trying. Yes, no name. So is the reason Lovely kind of hesitated to use their powers on the Shade was because they were worried about hitting Vincent and hurting him like with Adam? Yes, that is why they hesitated at first. They were afraid they were going to hurt him. Which characters are the hardest to voice? David can be hard. Asher's voice is actually the hardest. Like, it's not hard to make that voice at all, but if one of his videos is really long, it does start to like get to my throat. So I have to, I gotta be careful with that one because like it has a lot of vocal fry and it's almost a little bit nasally, and so like it has a lot of gravel, and so it actually gets to me more than when I do David's voice, because also he's more expressive, so there's more levels as well, so it like pushes it harder, whereas like David's, even though it's also quite gravelly, is like a lot more even keeled. So Asher definitely pushes it, but I love voicing Asher, and I wouldn't do his voice any different. But that one, yeah, it's an odd choice of the list if you just like look at it, but it is what it is. Just putting this out there, but if you made David's voice mechanical, he sounds a lot like Banshee 44. You right? I had never thought about that, but you right. Keep the walls strong. Oh my god. Asher is my fave. I'm sorry, he's hard to voice. When I say hard to voice, it's not that he's not hard to voice by any means. Like I said, it's not hard to make the voice. It's just over time it wears on my voice. But his videos are never so long that that's ever a problem. The only time when I ever even noticed that actually was during Inversion, when I filmed every single voice line he had over all 6 Inversion episodes in one sitting. That tore my voice up. But that was just because I also was stupid and didn't plan ahead. So in an average like 20-minute long Asher video, like normal, it's not enough to make my throat hurt or anything. But yeah. How many consoles do I own? I have an Xbox One. Well, I have an Xbox One. I have an Xbox One X. I have a Switch. I have a Wii U. I have a GameCube. I think that's it. I don't have any play. I don't have anything PlayStation. I don't really have any retro consoles. Yeah. Oh, there's a donation. Oh shit. I apologize. Oh, there were two. Shit. I'm sorry, Jesse. I just now saw this. This was 10 minutes ago. Fuck. My bad. My bad. Two questions. Do you ever think we'll see Vincent teach Lovely how to feed off a person? Yes. And do you think Vega is going to kill that man he stole from Dump? No. No, I don't. I don't think that would serve his means. I think he would get much more out of him alive. And Mac, thank you for the $1 again. I apologize that I let that one slip by. Yet another vampire question, plus slight spoilers from the inversion. Adam mentioned that vampires could drink the blood from another vampire. So would that ever happen for a certain new maker progeny couple, or would they not want to do that? I don't think I would ever really have them do that, only because, so I have sort of set it out in my lore that if a vampire drinks from another vampire, it's intoxicating to them in a way that is very similar to how, heavy alcohol would affect or strong alcohol, I should say, would affect a normal person. And because of my own relationship with alcohol, I'm not really interested in exploring anything. Like, I don't touch on that ever in any of my content. And since this is analogous to that, I'm not really interested in pursuing it. But yes, that is how it works. And the way that I felt about alcohol and stuff was a little bit different when I wrote that into the lore, but that is how it works in my world. And yeah, so I don't think there'll ever be a video of that, no, or at least not one that touches on it in that context. But Digital Devil 8. Oh wow, oh, thank you, Digital Devil 18. That's very sweet of you. Just found the channel a few days ago and really fell hard for your work. Oh wow. The past few months have been rough, but your plots are so compelling, and honestly has helped inspire me to finally work on some of my own projects. Thank you for all your hard work. Well, that's awesome. First of all, thank you. You did not need to donate that. That was very sweet of you. But thank you. I'm really glad that it inspired you. That's honestly one of the coolest things to hear. For making this stuff is that it inspires other people. So that's awesome to hear. Thank you. I love that Davis' title shifted from Tsundere to Tsundere Alpha to Alpha. It nicely reflects his character development and emotional growth throughout his series. Thank you. I was really happy with that change as well. Okay. Sorry, trying to skip back. Graphic design game is on point. Thank you. That's very kind of you to say. I appreciate that. Isn't that how Adam went loopy? Yes. Mm-hmm. Can vampires drink from werewolves? Yeah, they could. Are we getting any other non-canon romances for the Elemental Trio? I'm kind of dying for some Huxley content. Yep, there will be more of that in the future. Like I said, it's going to be more of episodic and just to be blunt, I tend to use those for the hot boy summers and winters of the channel. So they're going to have more of that kind of a spin to them. But as long as you like that, there you go. But yeah, it's in the future. And also some canon Huxley stuff is coming as well. Is Aggro really a secret spy for Dump? Aggro would never betray Milo like that. He would never do that. Their ride or dies for each other. Eric, I want to thank you for making the Milo panic attack comfort audio. As someone who suffers attacks frequently, that audio became such a comfort for me that I run back to it whenever I'm in an attack. Thank you for saying that. I'm more than anything, I'm glad it could help. I haven't talked about it much, but I I definitely had problems with panic attacks in the past. I didn't have them often, but when I did, it was, you know, it's, if you've had them, you know, it's fucking, it's awful. Um, and for a long time, I wasn't really comfortable. It's not that I wasn't comfortable. I was worried about making a video that touched on that topic because it can be, it's something that can be like different for a lot of people, and I make content like all across the board that touches on like heavy stuff and things like that. You know, I'm not like scared to do that, but that's something where it's like I knew that depending on how I did it and how it was titled and stuff, maybe someone who was having a panic attack might click that video like seeking help in that moment. And so it was really important to me that I did that right in a way that like in a way that I wish I had access to in the times when I had an attack or something. So it was really important for me to do that right. And from the very sweet comments I've gotten, I think that I managed that, at least for the way that a lot of people have panic attacks. So that I'm of course really glad that it can help. So yeah, so I'm really happy with that video. I'm really proud of it. It was a really important one for me to make, and it just took me a long time to make it because I wanted to make sure I did it right. But I'd like to think that I did, and I appreciate you saying that. It's always nice to hear that it did help. Rose, thank you for the $2.99, and I believe that's a hippo doing a little dance. Thank you for that. Oh no. Uh-oh. I think I fell behind. Okay. Here's a fun board game question. Do you have any of the expansion packs for Scythe? Chloe, what do you think? Of course I do. I have all of them. What do I... wait, was the next part, what do I think of them? Did I miss it? Oh no. How are they, if yes? So, they definitely, like, change up the game some. They're good and they're bad. I love the addition of the two new factions. I love to play as the purple faction. I think the green faction is hot boo-boo garbage. But like, I love playing as the purple faction. I have a shirt and everything. But yeah, so it's, I would not, yeah, the airships, it definitely is interesting. I've only played like the campaign expansion once, but like, yeah, I'd recommend them. They're good. They're good. Okay. Trying to catch up. I missed something. Oh shit. Oh, lovely Deviant Alyssa, thank you so much. Oh man, Eric, I've been meaning to mention this for a while, but I want to say a big thank you for creating the everything playlist for the channel. It's been such a gift for my rewatch. Haha. I'm glad it helped. I have definitely gotten questions where people wanted a chronological playlist. I have not done that because that would take a lot more work, and also I sometimes change it. so that would get dicey. But I made the everything ones, that way you can watch everything as it, you know, as it released, which is not chronological to canonological. What? Yes. So I'm glad you like it. Oh, see you, Jess. Thank you for your help. Excuse me. Sin, I would like to challenge you to a game of Sorry. Yes, I'm always down to play Sorry. I love Sorry. It's my favorite simple board game. Kale, thank you for the $10. Speaking of Milo's cat, are we ever going to get a listener who's allergic to animals? My biggest gripe with your channel is that there's no rep for bad bitches with cat allergies. Okay. Well, I will say there are lots of listeners that I have not clarified one way or the other whether or not they're allergic. So you can choose to imagine that they are, and that they, and you know, you can hold them as the new standard. But I'll have to think about that. I'll have to think about that. I am lucky in that I don't have any pet allergies. So it's not a problem I've had to deal with. I have really bad seasonal allergies, but not any pet allergies. Rinsler, thank you for the $5. You should be very proud of your comfort audios. When I wake up in a panic from nightmares, Elliot and Vincent's audios help me get back to sleep. Well, thank you. I'm really glad that they can help. Like I said, and ASMR kind of came into my life at a time when I really needed it without knowing that I needed it, and I've taken a lot of comfort in it over the years, and so it feels really good to know that I get to give some of that back, and that some people get to get comfort from the stuff that I make in the way that I got comfort from the people who came before me. So Rose, thank you. Do you make birthdays for your characters? No, I don't. And one of the reasons why is actually because of the zodiac stuff. Like the astrology stuff. I think astrology's great. I think it's fun. It's cool and everything. You're not gonna find any judgment here for people who like that. But I don't know enough about it, and I'm not prepared to do the research for me to accidentally say a birthday that is then gonna make people start going nuts about, like, what do you mean he's a Gemini? Like, I just, it's a minefield that I am not prepared to step into. I really love how normalized seeking therapy is in this universe. It isn't treated as a social faux pas, it's normal and encouraged. As someone who's been in therapy for a long time, it's great to see. Yeah, well, thank you. Thank you for saying that. I think, there has been so much stigma about mental health just in general, and therapy specifically, and, like, seeking it and everything, that, like, so much of my stuff is meant to be based in the real world and everything, but, like, I also, where I can, I want it to be examples of, like, good things. And sometimes, of course, that comes with, you have to show the other side of, like, the bad stuff in the world to, like, make it count and make it actually, like, mean something. But all that said, it was important to me to portray things like that, like seeking help and seeking therapy and the nonlinear, nature of recovery from any number of things, that it's like, it's been really important to me to show that, and to do that in a way that is honest and non-judgmental, and so I'm glad that is appreciated, because that's important to me to show. Love your channel, all your characters. Why did you start with Vincent? Like, why specifically him? Actually, the very first script I ever wrote was the very first Marcus video. That was the first script I ever wrote. And then the second script I ever wrote was Ivan's first script. But when I made those, I realized that the Marcus one was so specific, the Android one, that was, like, so specific and so niche, that I was like, I don't know that this is the best, like, introduction to the channel. Like, I'm not saying I had to come out guns blazing, but I was like, I think I should have something that's a little, like, I don't know, that people might actually search for. So I decided not to do that one first. And then with Ivan's, I didn't want the very first thing I did to be a yandere, just because I was like, that's not going to be the only thing I ever make, and I want to make it clear that that's just, like, one of the things in the mix. So I decided that I was like, Vincent seems like a much easier, like, barrier to entry for people because it's just like, oh, a flirtatious, like, you know, spooky vampire kind of thing. So I was like, maybe that'll be a nice introduction to like what the channel can be. So, you know, that's how I ended up picking him of the three options that I had. Ree, or is it Rye? Hope you're settling. Oh, Mario, I saw the donut. I'll get there in just a sec. I'm so sorry. I just now saw that. God, I'm bad. I'm fucking this up. It's been a while since I streamed like this. Or at least it feels like it's been a while. Maybe it hasn't. Oh God, it's been a real whirlwind lately, guys. Sorry. Ree, I think it's Ree. If not, correct me. I'm sorry. Hope you're settling into your new place nicely. I am. Thank you. Keep up with the great content. Remember to take breaks and drink heaps of water. Oh, you know I keep that water on me. No, but thank you. That's kind of you to say. And yeah, I'm settling in. Okay, Maria. Sorry, that was 3 minutes ago. I'm still here. Yes, it me. Hello. I have a question about Bionicles, but I don't know much about them, so forgive me. Is there a most least powerful Bionicles? Also, Ollie talking about Bionicles audio when? Just you wait. You wait. You know not what you ask. Is there a most least powerful Bionicles? I mean, I guess that would be up for interpretation. I'm not sure who would be the least powerful. Most powerful, you could argue it was, you know, either Matanui himself or Makuta Pterodax, because they're sort of like the big good and the big bad. So I guess probably them. And what broke you more, Bidet versus Model Train versus the Dragon? Bidet and Model Train were like boop, 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 like right up there. Dragon was below that. Model Train was a public breakdown. I was on stream and I was losing my mind. So like that one had a different kind of, it put a different bad taste in my mouth. Whereas like Bidet, that was at least my private hell that I will now probably tell to people. But Bonkle, it's Bionicle. It's pronounced Ree. Oh, okay. Ree. So I think I said, okay, Ree. Sorry. Brad McClintock, thank you. Another question manifested in my empty brain. Give yourself more credit than that. Your brain isn't empty. Maybe it's just taking a little break. That's okay. Will Darlin ever shift for our horse-riding cowboy, aka Sam? I mean, they have been shifted in front of him. I imagine that yes, in the future there will come a time where they will shift in front of him again. Rose, thank you. Where's the hot piss cup? It's right here. It's right here. Don't you worry. It's never too far away. Where's the iced piss cup? That's in the kitchen. So that one's in the kitchen. Someone's in the kitchen with time. ASMR, your fucking dork of a BF rambles about bonka lore for an hour. It could go longer than that. It could go longer than that, Chloe. Is Duncan gonna move in with you now? No, he's still not gonna move in here just because it's the same problem that I had at the old house. It's never the house that was the problem, but he I don't want any other dogs, and he really he's a very anxious dog, and he has come to take a lot of comfort in the other dogs in the dogs that my parents have. And so when I tried to have him not here at the old house, excuse me, when I tried to have him there and it was just us, he really did not do well. He was very anxious, very just very uncomfortable. And we tried it for a while because I was like, it's okay, he'll settle in. And it just wasn't, he was not settling, and I love Duncan and I like having him in my life, but it wasn't worth it to me to have him be unhappy, you know? I don't know. He's like he's getting up there in age and everything, and he's just not great by himself. Even, and when I say by himself, I even mean with just me. Like he just, I don't know. He like grew up with those other dogs and everything, and he just was not good by himself. And I don't want him to be not happy. So I go visit him very often. My parents don't live that far away. So I still get to see him all the time. So no worries there. He's still my boy, and I love him dearly. But yeah, he's with them. Davy's mate. Hello. Hell yeah, I'm back. Welcome back. Do, 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 do. Do you have anything you use to document how magic and the supernatural work in your world? Anything I use to document it? I have notes. I have I have Microsoft OneNote, and I oh close that. I clicked the wrong thing. Yeah, I have OneNote, and that's where I keep like all of my stuff for the most part. Or I also have like like Google Keep or whatever on my phone. So that's just where I kind of like keep all that stuff. I don't have any like one clear, concise place. That'd be great, but no, I don't. Uh, hold on, sorry. Okay. Okay. Sorry about that. I had to catch up on something. Okay. Oh, now I'm trying to catch up. Uh-oh. Will there be a new coming character soon? I don't have one planned for a while, but I mean the on Saturday, the next video coming out, the Pizza Guy audio, he's kind of a new character in the sense of he's not a new character. I mean, like he's been around for a long time, but it's new. It's new that he actually has like a story. So there is that. There's that going for you, and you'll have that on Saturday. But beyond that, I don't really have anything planned for. I don't have a new one planned anytime soon. Oh, Sin, I'm sorry. I didn't know that. I'm sorry for your loss. That really sucks. I hope you're doing okay. Let's. Do any of the characters have confirmed zodiac signs? No. No, they do not. No, they do not. Would you ever make a celestial character like an angel in the future? No, I don't plan to. I don't plan to in my universe. Have you given thought as to how empowered people would use their magic for the arts? I like to imagine water magic would work well with dance. I hadn't thought about it too much. I did think about it a little bit in the context of when I was trying to come up with the freestyle, like when I was trying to come up with all the different categories of competitions for the E&E games, because I knew I wanted it to be like an actual sporting event where there's lots of different categories. So I was trying to come up with, I was like, okay, there's definitely going to be some like quantitative things, like really just like full power output, amount of control, things like that, in the same way that there's like, like 100-meter, 150-meter dash, like whatever like the categories are. Like there's like quantitative things of literally it's like who is the fastest, who can lift the most weight, done. But then there's other ones where it's like it's about performance based, like in the same way that like in the Olympics there's gymnastic routines and stuff and everything, and it like qualitatively like voted on. I wanted that same sort of thing to also exist in the a magical counterpart to that. So I did put a little bit of thought into that. Not too far, but yeah, no, I think it would be really cool to think about like how you can artistically blend like magical powers and, you know, like conventional art things like dance, like, you know, actual like physical art, like painting and stuff and everything. Like, I think that'd be really cool. Is Guy gonna have plot, or is it just gonna be more comfort driven like Ollie? This one's gonna be a little bit more just like just vibing. Like I see Pizza Guy as a character where it's like I had a lot of fun making him, and I want him to be sort of like a light spot on the channel. I love plot. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, I do. Like I couldn't have this channel if I didn't. But I really like having those like bright spots as well, where it's like everything's just kind of like there's nothing too heavy. It's just like easier, lighter stuff. Because it's just good to have those available to you. I want people to have content like that on my channel. So it'll probably be more in that realm, if that makes sense. Let's see. Jordy is such a good character, and I love his audio style. Very calming, but the first bit of his hurt, yo. I'm glad you like it. I'm sorry that the first one hurt, but yeah, no, I like Jordy. Jordy's a lot of fun. I love my son Georgie. No, Jordy's videos are a lot of fun. They're a lot of work because it's, you know, having to like, it's a lot of writing because since he like is thinking so fast, it like, you know, it compresses it. So like it 2 pages of Jordy does not last as long as 2 pages of David, you know? So it takes a lot of doing, but they're a lot of fun. I like it. It's different than a lot of the stuff I make, and that's always fun. It's cool getting to do like different things. Not MXT, thank you for the $2. I'm gonna go, but whose audio should I listen to? Whoever is your favorite. Pick your absolute favorite video and go for that one. I don't really know what you like is the thing, and I have so many different kinds of things. I'd be hesitant to make a suggestion. Claudageddon, thank you. Gonna return to work, but can I have some good vibes? I'm turning 25 next month, and I sure am having a quarter life panic. Thanks for all your hard work. I'm sending all my good vibes your way, my friend. 25 is definitely, you know, it's a bit of a milestone. Spoken as, you know, 28. I've been there. It's gonna be good though. It's good. 25. You can't let it scare you. You can't let it scare you. I don't know if the age specifically is what's getting to you, but if it is, you just age is just a number, man. You gotta keep vibing. But no, genuinely, I hope you feel more comfortable soon. Leah, thank you for the $1.99. Will we learn more about the other energetics? Like the other types of energetics? Yeah, I imagine we'll get some more over time. I definitely, you know, want to explore all of the different, you know, like magic types that I haven't gotten into so much over time. You know, just anything fleshing out the world is always fun. So yeah, we will get some more information on that. Okay, Jesse Love, I just saw this again. Sorry, $1. I don't know how much longer you're planning to stream, but I need to head out. Thank you so much for everything you do, and I'm glad you like the new home. I'm happy for you. Thank you. I hope you have a good day. Okay, so I think I will wrap it up kind of soon. I still got some stuff to do today. Davey's mate, thank you. Is there a way I can send my drawing of you to you? If you are 18 or up, on my Discord, there's an art media channel. You can put those things. Otherwise, I mean that's really the only spot to do that though. So yeah. So I'm not sure if that's an option, but yeah. I quote Are you Lasky? So much it's not even funny. That became such an unintentional, like, I love Are You Lasky? Are You Lasky is great. And it was such a like a one-off thing that I didn't think anything of when I made it. I was just like, oh, I just think it'd be kind of funny if someone like got Lasco's name wrong. And I was like, would Lasco even correct them? But yeah, it was fun. So I love that people like that so much because yes, I do. Will we be seeing anything on Freelancer's background before Damn eventually? I don't know if I'll go too much more into their background in the future. Some listeners I put more backstory into than others. Some of them I want people to be able to imagine themselves into more easily than other ones. Where for plot reasons I need to give listeners certain backstory and stuff, I do so. And with the understanding that the unfortunate flip side of that as well, it like deepens the lore and like enriches the world, it can distance some people from that listener because it can feel less like them. So I like to keep some things more open, and Freelancer is one of the characters that it seems that most people try to like self-insert into. So I like to keep, in the past I had thought more about fleshing it out than I have, but that one I like keeping fairly open. So, I mean, it's a give and take. Even when I try to keep it open, like, it's hard to make a video where you truly have, like, a completely, like, blank slate listener, and I think that can also get kind of boring. So it's a give and take of, like, how much do I want to read into them and how much do I not. But I don't know if I'll go into their backstory too much. That was a very long answer to a very simple question. Okay. Are you Lasky merch? I'll think about it. Very important question. Have you tried Juicy Fruit Gum recently? but have you tried Juicy Fruit Gum recently? Just a quick question. Have you tried Juicy Fruit Gum recently? Where was I? Oh no. I think I lost something. I think I'm gonna go at 6:45 p.m. my time. So we got 8 minutes. We got 8 minutes left. We're gonna go for 8 more minutes. So if y'all got questions, ask them. And next stream that we do, now that I'm a little bit more settled, getting things together, this one, because like I'm still kind of putting everything together, I was like, we'll just chill and hang out and ask some questions and stuff. Next one, we'll have some kind of a theme, an activity, something, video games, Legos, model, something. We'll do something. We'll figure something out. Who's my favorite listener? I can't choose. To answer the question, which listener would I be? I want to be Sweetheart, because that'd be great. On every front. You get Milo, you get to be a stealth, like, come on. What's there not to love? Mac, thank you. Oh, thank you. You did not need to do that, but thank you. Final donation for the night since you're ending the stream soon. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and once again, thank you for everything you do. Thank you for being here. I appreciate that, and you. That's kind of you to say. Not MXT. First person to say a character is the merch I'll get. What? Oh, Sin, I know. Updated nickname merch. But hey, I know I haven't made the merch that I've promised I will make, but I made the ETS merch, designing tomorrow today. How do we all feel about it? Why do what you say you're going to do when you could do something that no one asked for? This is how I approach life, apparently. You get aggro if you're Sweetheart. You get Milo. You get aggro. You get to be a stealth. You get Milo. I don't understand how could no one not see the perks of this? I mean, I think I said it. Tell me you don't like dealing with people without telling me you don't like dealing with people. Listen. Oh shit, Loop, thank you. Thank you for the $69. $69 because I had the sense of humor of a child. Well, thank you. That's very kind of you to give me that. And I love a good 69 joke. Brad, thank you. You also did not need to do that. None of you need to do this, but Eric, we need a comfort video for the freelancer because the last time I checked, they were in the inversion too. Not only did they have to comfort everyone during and after that, Damien was the only person to help. I don't know that I would say Damien was the only person to help. I would say Damien called them out on their evasiveness. But no, you are right. A freelancer definitely needs some comfort. And as I have stated before, Aftershock, while that release is over, the effects of it are not. The after effects of this are not. And we will keep getting into that, including how this affected all of the listeners. It affected Freelancer, it affected Lovely. It got a lot of people in a lot of different ways, and I will continue to explore that. So yes, you can expect that in the future. We have 5 minutes left. Wait. What did I miss? Okay, it's I just gotta keep going. What do you think of people shipping some of the boys together in crack ships? Examples being Asher and David, Milo and Lasco. Go for it. I mean, why not? Why not? If it's fun for you, go for it. Are there non-wolf shifters in werewolf packs? Specifically in werewolf packs? I'm sure somewhere out there is. Yeah. Evie! Rick, I love you and I miss you. I love you and I miss you. Also do the ooh. Sin loves that. Does Sin actually love that, or is that my way of annoying them? You threatened me last time, updated nicknames or content. I'm at the end of my rope. I'll take the merch. Okay, well fine. Here's a question. Which nicknames? Which pet names? There are so many now. Maybe that's why. Have we thought about that? Oh, I'm blurry. Hello. Have we thought about maybe that's why I have been hesitant? Because there's so many, and there's only 5. Which ones do I pair? Even if I do multiple new ones, which ones? Which ones do I pair together? How do we do this? Nickname Scarf? I don't know if they do scarves, but that would leave plenty of room for names. I appreciate the thought of it, but yeah, I don't know that. I don't know. I don't think that they do scarves. Do I like Lana Del Rey? There's a couple of her songs that I can get down with. Young and Beautiful is a classic. Sunshine, Starlight, Smartass, Love, and Cutie. Not a bad combination. Did I do Sweetheart yet? No, Milo didn't exist when I made it. We'll have to have Sweetheart in the mix somewhere. Dun, 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 dun. Smartass is Aaron's listener. Will we see how we first met Jordy like we did for David? Maybe next Valentine's Day. We'll see. Before you go, I believe there's a live stream. We want to welcome you. I believe there's a live stream missing from your live stream playlist. Paying a D&D Dragon Mania Hangout doesn't need to be there. Okay, I'll take a look and see if I can get it added. I thought we were avoiding the Honey nickname, and then Guy came along. We were avoiding the Honey nickname because I don't like calling people honey. Although I often call pets honey. Like I always call Daisy honey. Oh well. No, but I was kind of like, I need a name. I was like, I need a nickname. That's another classic one. It also just kind of fits in. I don't know. It was funny because I'm like, he's a piece of guy. Like we're already going like kind of tropey on something, so it was like, we'll do, we'll just do honey. We'll just do honey. Demon King or Demon Butler? I need to know. In what context? I guess Demon King? I don't know. If it's a Demon Butler, make sure you're paying him responsibly. Are we gonna see Darling get some closure on the whole Quinn situation? Eventually. All right. Well, it is time. It is time. The time has come for you to lip sync. No. Love you, Demon Alyssa. Thank you for the $20. Thank you for the awesome stream, Eric. This was a blast. Thank you for all you do. I know I probably sound like a broken record saying this. Sorry about that, but I only repeat myself so much because I sincerely mean it. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. It was very kind of you. Sin weighing in. Starlight, Sunshine, Deviant, Lovely on a shirt. We already had Lovely. We'll see about that, Sin. Looking to help. Can you please use Sam's voice before you go? To clear the air, I don't usually do the, like voice request just because then like it would very quickly devolve into that. Yeah, that's why I don't really do that. It's just because like then that becomes like all people ask, and then people will feel pressured to like donate in order to get that. So that's generally why I don't do that. So yeah, but Chloe, can we say Guy's partner's name is now officially Honey? Yes. You can go ahead and add it now. That's okay. Yes, because that is the official name. Starlight, Sweetheart, Sunshine, Smartass, the alliteration. It is good. Okay, well, thank you all for being here. Oh, it wasn't for everyone. That's what I want. I love the vibe. I love the attitudes. And this is not for everyone. This is about me. I love that. Okay, so I am going to head out. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for the donations. There was a lot of them. It was very sweet of you. You guys never need to do that, but that is very sweet and very much appreciated. I am grateful for you for that. And also just for being here and for hanging out and for watching the content and vibing. So I hope you all have a good day, night, whatever you got ahead of you. I hope it is a good one. And thank you for being here. Are you Lasky? I keep asking. And no one answers me. I just need to know, are you Lasky or are you not Lasky? I hope you guys have an excellent whatever you have ahead of you. Goodbye.